Hello, I'm Susan Speck-Oram, and I'm here with Diana, and she is going to tell us a little bit about her life and the unique work she does.
Hi, Susan. For those of you who don't know, Susan is my beautiful neighbor, and I have the pleasure of living right across the street from her. And she asked if I might share a few things. Do you want to ask a question,
Oh, sure,
maybe?
yeah. So tell us, you were a medic, I believe. So why did you choose to do that? And then you went
Yeah.
into nursing?
Yeah. When I graduated high school, I had a very uncertain path, and I joined the Army. And I was a combat medic in the Army for my first 6 years. And I loved it tremendously. It was a perfect route for me. It opened many doors and many opportunities. I met many people. Um, Paid for college. It was just a wonderful, wonderful thing to do. The service piece of it was very important to me as well. Service to the country was always very important.
Thank you.
And I really only got out of the Army because I met my husband, who was in the Navy. And for those of you that are familiar, Army and Navy don't really cohabitate nicely together. So one of us had to make a choice, and it worked out beautifully.
Oh, wow. So how did you end up in Anacortes, and then you worked in cancer care?
Yeah, so we chose Anacortes. The Navy sent us here on two different assignments. I'm from the East Coast. I'm from the other Washington. I'm from Washington, D.C. So coming out here was a huge eye-opener for us, and we fell in love with it immediately. And when we had the opportunity to come back again a second time with the Navy, we did that. And then my husband had been in the Navy for more than 20 years at that time, and we said, you know what, this is where we want to be and we want to stay. And we made the choice to stay here. After traveling all over the U.S., Anacortes was a clear winner.
Wow, wow. So what attracts you to this small town in the middle of the Pacific
Oh, these
Northwest?
people, the
Really?
trees, the mountains, the water, the trails, the weather. When I describe this place to people, I say it's magical and inspirational.
Oh, nice. I agree.
Yeah.
Nicely said.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what about your work in cancer care?
So I'm a nurse practitioner, and I do oncology, which is cancer care. I was a nurse, registered nurse for 15 years, and then I went back to school, got my master's. I've been a nurse practitioner for almost 10 years now. I've been doing cancer care for the last 5 or 7 years or so. And it's really hard to say that it's something you enjoy, because it's very hard. But it's what I do, and it's what I love very, very much. I like to share with people that on most days now we give more good news than bad news. And that wasn't the
Really?
case 10 years ago.
Wow.
So that's really, really nice. And it's a very challenging but very rewarding job.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine doing anything else.
And you were my nurse for cancer care, and thank you,
Yeah.
because you were so bubbly and positive. Well, you weren't always bubbly, but you were appropriately positive and heartwarming, and I just felt so supported and that you really knew what you were doing. Yeah.
Well, you and your husband made a great team, and I love seeing you out here so healthy and vibrant, Susan. I just love it.
Thanks.
I do.
Thanks. So let's wrap up with you talking about this sweatshirt, Pals for
Yeah,
Paws.
so now what fills my cup is always been into animal rescue, and we've always adopted, as Susan has, animals that need wonderful homes. And my best friend, she started a local nonprofit here in Anacortes just a few years ago. We've been very, very successful. Our mission is we provide grants to small and rural shelters. So we find these little mom and pop that are just doing this grassroots efforts, generally have these network of fosters, And they tend to take kind of the worst of the worst, like the animals that are closest to euthanasia, or the goats or horses that are going to meat market or auction.
Oh.
These organizations rescue them, and we provide grants to them for urgent needs, and it's incredibly rewarding work. And I feel really, really good about what we're doing and the message that we're spreading and those that we're helping.
So if somebody wanted to donate to Pals for Paws, how would they do that?
So www.pals4paws.org. That's the number 4, PALS 4 PAWS.org. We're all Anacortes. We are a 501(c) nonprofit. Every single penny goes directly to the animals. And I like to remind, we're non-discriminatory. It's dogs, cats, goats, horses, bunnies, reptiles, anybody that needs help and meets our criteria. We go through all their financials, we meet with them, we make sure that they use money appropriately. And it's a great organization, and this community has been very generous and very kind.
I saw a video on maybe the website, and it was all kinds of toys were given.
Yes, we did a Christmas toy drive for the Humane Society of Skagit Valley, and it was wonderful. It was a huge success. Folks went to our local Pet Place Market, purchased a toy there, which was a huge win for that business. And then the toy was donated to the dogs in the shelter at Christmas time, and they let the dogs out and they got to choose their toy.
That was fun to watch. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Diana.
Thanks, Susan.
All right.
Thank you.